Hi everyone, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Just take a little ride with me very quickly. I'm at Punta Cana International Airport. I was dropping off somebody to do them a favor, so you're gonna see it. That might be a sign for you. I don't think anything is an accident, even though what I'm about to share with you has absolutely nothing to do with travel. I think that you're never sent somewhere, wrong place, wrong time. Why did I go in this lane? Why did I go through here? Because I'm distracted. I was supposed to go to the left side where the cars can pass, not here where the shuttle buses are and people are getting off. That makes absolutely no sense that I just did that. Well, I guess we have to wait. Anyway, so what I was saying is, yes, everything is an omen. So if you feel like if you were thinking, if you said, universe, give me a sign, should I move? This is absolutely a sign that you need to leave. If you ask the universe, what is it that I need right now? The universe is telling you that you need to either get on an airplane, not everybody has the means to do that, or just get out of your environment that you are around. Get out of your little bubble. Because sometimes you don't realize how much being in the same environment. Sorry, I was paying attention to the guard. How much you're being in the same environment can actually affect you, especially if it's a toxic environment. Don't forget that you cannot heal in the same place that got you sick. You cannot heal in the same place that got you sick. I repeat, you cannot heal in the same place that got you sick. The thing that becomes tricky about it is that sometimes we don't even realize that we're sick. Okay? Sometimes we don't even realize that we're sick. And that doesn't mean, this does not only equate to having a toxic relationship and needing to get away. This does not only equate to having a toxic family member or a toxic environment and needing to get out of your circle. This could also mean, if let's say you had traumatic experiences and you grew up in, I'm going to say New Jersey because I'm from New Jersey, so it's the first thing that came to mind. You don't notice, but subconsciously, just being in that environment every single day will bring stuff up that that might affect you from moving forward. It's like you have a higher chance of operating on autopilot and survival mode, okay, if you stay in the place you've always been in. The same thing can be, a job, a toxic job, okay? You cannot heal in the same place that got you sick. You don't have to take that in such a heavy way, all right? Let's say you have a very toxic job, a job that you're not happy with, okay? The environment just really, really adds more stress than it needs to. And I don't know if you are with the majority of people ever since the pandemic, that separation and getting away from their job environments really, that's an example of getting out of the bubble a little bit. A lot of people quit their jobs, okay? What do they call it? The Great Resignation? I mean, honestly, that was part of the that was part of the kick that pushed me to move to the Dominican Republic. It was being locked up and then realizing that I didn't want to be like in slavery anymore. Like New Jersey, New York City was so toxic. So it doesn't have to particularly be, oh, I am so sorry. Hold on, my device. It doesn't have to particularly mean that you are like physically sick from being in this work environment that you don't like. But you are, because if it's stress increases your cortisol levels, and your cortisol levels actually do transfer in to things that can affect your health, such as diabetes, heart disease, you name it. And, you know, we like to think that things don't affect us, that we're invincible. Yeah, until you turn 50 something and then all of a sudden everything crashes and you're going to blame it on something else. But, you know, you've been killing yourself, you know, this whole time. I have to be honest. So don't think about money, only just money. Think about the big picture. Anyway, so that is an example of you cannot heal in a place, in the same place that got you sick. Anywhere that keeps you in that bubble, okay? Anywhere that keeps you in that bubble is gonna keep you sick. It's gonna stop you from moving forward. And I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen once you do leave the bubble. It's illegal to make this kind of a U-turn here, but this is ridiculous. I don't know if you saw that. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous. All those buses there are just like, nobody has the right of way. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna go through the backside. Okay? I'm gonna go home through the backside. It is what it is, man. You know, what's gonna happen is, it's not until you leave the bubble that everything that was killing you from inside the bubble hits you all at once. And it will be a very stressful period. It comes with a detox period, okay? Seriously. And I'll give you my personal example. New Jersey was making me sick for a lot of reasons. I've been there since I was a kid. A lot of the people that I was surrounding myself with were toxic. I love them, but they're better at a distance. And no matter how strong you think that you are, you know, as long as you're around it all the time, it does affect you. So I was brave and I said, I cannot have a life change unless I go somewhere. And it just so happened when I came here on vacation that it was the prime opportunity for me to get the hell away. So I stayed and I got the hell away. By the way, as I talk a little bit, I'm driving to the groomer to pick up my Chihuahua, my Maltipoo, that are getting their nails cut, ears cleaned, bath, teeth brushed, etc. And then I'm gonna go get back to work. Been doing readings all day, etc. and emailing and such. Anyway, so I took that as I was brave. Like, most people were shocked. Like, wow, did you really just stay like that? And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Because as long as I was in the planning mode, nothing was ever going to happen. Everything will fall into place regardless. Okay? Everything will fall into place. And then if we're talking about the workplace, I want you to know something. The workplace is the majority of your life. You spend more time there than with your family. Okay? So you don't want to be in a place that you feel unhappy at. Okay? And you know what's crazy? I don't care if you work with friends. I don't care who you work for. Okay? The truth of the matter is, God forbid, if something happens to you tomorrow and you can't stay at that job anymore, they're just going to find someone to replace you within a week or less. Okay? And life moves on. So if oh, did you see that? There was just a wild rooster like hanging out there. That's an omen. That was weird though. I've never seen an all black rooster. That was an all black rooster. That was absolutely an all black rooster. It wasn't a guinea fowl. Those have spots. That was a all black rooster. Black is for protection from bad entities. So yeah, and that's the truth, is that life goes on for everybody. If you leave your job, you might be sad or whatever, or you're worried about quitting. What are they gonna do? They will just replace you. They're you know, it's that simple. When you get sick from stress, they're just gonna find someone to take your place. You have to put yourself first, man. And the same thing goes about, you know, being around people you don't want to leave them or whatever, but you're not happy there. You leave, life moves on. You find a way to make the dynamic work anyway. For example, I left New Jersey because it was making me sick. That doesn't mean I just abandoned anybody. Actually, it created a beautiful opportunity for my child to bond with her cousins and with my parents more than ever. And in a more balanced way with more boundaries. And I'll give you an example of that. Because we all lived like 20 minutes from each other, all of us, like our whole lives, right? So because we were always around each other, we took each other for granted, okay? And we were all involved like in working. Everybody was just really wrapped up in their work, toxic work. You know, you want to go see grandma, sure, after work when everybody's tired, and you're on the iPad in the living room. Oh my God, this thing just fell down again. I'm sorry. You're on the iPad in the living room, etc. Now that I moved, something that seemed like it was so scary, it was the biggest blessing. Now, last year, my mom, my sister, and my niece, and my father came and they stayed 3 months with us. Not in my place. They rented an Airbnb. And it was a family experience. I mean, we got to go to the beach together. We spent a lot of time together. It was an experience that we will always have for the rest of our lives. My parents are in their 70s already, like literally approaching 80 years old. So these are memories, you understand? Same thing right now. I couldn't go over there to New Jersey right now. I sent my daughter with a flight attendant. She's spending the summer. She's been there for a month with grandma, my brother. Since everyone spent so much time without seeing her, they cherish that moment even more. My brother took my daughter to Florida for a week with my 2 nephews that are like, one of them they're only 9 months apart, so they could spend time together. You know, and it's just more valuable. So we found ways around it. And that's really, that's just, sorry to talk about myself too much, but it really does work that way. You will find a way around whatever, and that's just an example. This can apply to so many things. Everything will find a way. Everything will fall into place. You just don't see it. You just don't see it. Okay? And your fear and what's holding you back is stopping you from taking those leaps. But if you're being called to do something different, to change something, okay, then you got to go for it. You got to trust the universe. You got to trust the divine. You got to trust the divine that's happening for a reason. And everything will come together. Everything will make sense. Okay? I know sometimes it's not hard. Right now, I'm stuck in an Airbnb because I had to move out of my place, and the place where I was going to move at, the woman last minute decided not to rent it. I have not been able to find anything. I am freaking out. School here starts in about 2.5 weeks. And the reason that there are no rentals is because Airbnb is an issue now, and everybody is taking advantage of that. Because Airbnb did not offer long-term stays until recently. So now people are starting, instead of renting their homes as, regular like rentals for the year, people are realizing, I can charge 3 times the amount for Airbnb and have it vacant whenever I need it. If I want to go to my apartment, my vacation home and sleep there. I have access to that, and I have access to make the same amount of income. So now everybody is renting their apartments on Airbnb, and there's a shortage of homes. So that's what's going on right now. But you know what? I'm not going to lose my shit. I'm not going to lose my shit. I'm not. Because I realize, the divine knows what they're doing. There is a reason for this. I can guarantee you, because the energy where I was at was absolutely terrible. I can guarantee you that wherever it is that pops up that I find, I'm going to be able to look back when that happens. This is a place called Cana. It's another area. It's very nice here. This is where the dog groomer is. In case you've ever seen that online and you don't know what it is. Where the resorts are is not really Punta Cana, in case you didn't know that. It's actually Bávaro. Punta Cana, everyone just calls everything Punta Cana because Punta Cana International Airport is actually a privately owned airport. The community where I live, it's called Punta Cana Resort and Club, and they have different living communities, golf, beach clubs, etc. And it's one big living community, and and the airport is a part of it. It's private. The airport is owned by the same people that own the community where I live. So everybody that flies here thinks that they're going to Punta Cana, but Punta Cana is literally just the area that's across the street from the airport, which is like where I live. Everything outside, so when you come here and you take a shuttle bus and you're going far away to the resorts and it looks like it's desolate, it's because the resorts are obviously built in desolate areas because they need a lot of land space, and that area is called Bávaro. This area is called Cap Cana. Anyway, here it is. We're here. We're at the dog place. It's called hospitality. I thought that was cute. Anyway, so yeah, back to what I was saying, sidetrack. Everything will make sense. Like I said, if you would have told me a year before I came here, I was gonna move to Dominican Republic, I would have called you a psychopath. So I was really, 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 really deep in that bubble, okay, of terribleness. And like what I was saying to you was that what you're going to realize is that when you move and when you make a change, though, the first year is going to be very difficult. There's going to be like a detox period, because you're going to start having realizations about the things that were holding you back while you make a change, and then you actually have to heal. Even if we don't have to be talking about trauma. We could literally just be talking about a wrong career choice or a wrong move. Okay? And nothing's ever wrong, though. Understand it's an experience. When you make that change, that first year, it's a blessing, but it's going to be very difficult, because then you have to adjust. Your eyes are going to start opening. Okay? And you're going to have to really, really come to terms with how you've been living, and then take appropriate steps to continue change on the new path that you have chosen. Okay, and that happened to me when I moved. It was like freaking purge city, detox when I left New Jersey, and all that toxicity, all that shit was gone, and I was just like alone with myself. I really realized how much shit was holding me back. Excuse my language over there. So that might happen, but you gotta make a change. That's for somebody. I felt like sharing it. All right, love and light.